Welcome to I Quit My Job, where the ordinary individuals do extraordinary things. Okay, so I'm a little nervous, I have this big wig beside me.
All right.
There's a big star beside me. But let me introduce you. My name is Slowly Plus One. Welcome to I Quit My Job, where ordinary individuals take extraordinary steps. We have Brian Oliver Francis. So, Brian, welcome to the show, man. I really appreciate you coming here
Thank you.
and giving me your story.
And
So tell me a little bit of who you are, man, so we can, before we jump into how you get started into all of this.
For sure. So, Brian Oliver Francis is my name. I throw in the middle name Oliver to separate myself from the other fake Brian passes that are roaming the internet, right?
And I got caught into one of them.
Exactly. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've had success in marketing over the years. My career spans from information technology as an IT support analyst. I did advertising sales, event management. I produced comedy shows. I performed in comedy shows. I took my corporate life, my corporate experience, and turned it into my own digital marketing agency. Still going through some ups and downs.
And we'll hear more about those.
They don't end.
They don't end. Oh, it doesn't stop.
Just when you think you're up, guess what? Boom, you're down.
Oh man, don't tell me.
They don't stop. But
Right.
as an entrepreneur, a real true entrepreneur at heart, you don't let the downs keep you down. You
Nice.
keep going. So
Nice.
I'm on a new path, and I'm enjoying it.
Oh, nice, man. It sounds like you're enjoying it. It sounds like you're excited to where the future may lead you.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be a millionaire, if I'm ever going to be rich. I strive for big success. But one thing I can definitely know for sure is I'm going to be happy.
Nice. I
focus on
love
happy.
that. I love
If I'm
that.
doing something and I'm not having fun, I'm not doing it.
Right. Okay.
Enjoy life.
You got to enjoy life.
Like, Brian, why are you so happy? Why you look so young?
Mm-hmm.
Why you have such good energy? What's your secret? I make sure I am happy first.
Let's go back to where it all started, brother. Let's go back to how you got into all of this, making these major decisions.
Time to take off.
Oh, you're taking the glasses off. Oh shit.
Get
Oh
serious.
shit. We're gonna about to get
Get
serious
serious.
now. So you left companies like GE,
Yeah.
AMD.
Yes.
When did you realize that moment where the corporate world was not feeding your success anymore?
That's an interesting question because at a very early stage in my career, that entrepreneurial bug, that sense of wanting to be on my own started way back. First got into the corporate world, GE Capital Technologies, Electric, computer support analyst. When I got into IT, the internet was just barely being invented. There's no email. Email never existed.
Oh, wow.
That's when I got started. That's how long ago that was.
Wow.
There was no social media, no tickety talk, no Instagram, no LinkedIn, no internet. But I basically said to myself, this is not too long after I left high school. I was like, okay, I need to get a job because I was already paying rent.
So you were on your own.
Yeah, I was on my own. So I'm like, what can I get into that's going to pay well? So I'm like, so that's when the computers were starting to take off. It was popping up. Newspapers are talking about computers. I'm like, this computer thing looks like it's going to be hot. I want to jump on this, while I still can.
Right.
While it's still getting hot. So went to the phone book and looked for different companies. Started applying, and I applied at GE Capital Technology. Got in through shipping and receiving. Worked my way up to technician, and eventually that's how my IT career started.
Oh, nice.
But even back then, I had this urge to want to do my own thing. Started doing IT work on the side. So the entrepreneurial spirit was always in me from a long time ago.
So when did you realize that, okay, now I'm going to have to carve out my own path?
Okay. So by that time, lots of experience both in IT, sales, advertising, marketing, lots of experience under my belt. At the tail end of that actual job, I love this job. I love this company. I traveled all over doing sales, going to different fitness events. The fun was ending because there was a shift in the company. Management was changing.
Okay.
And I was a rock star. I was selling like crazy. I was crushing the sales.
Right.
honestly, I felt like, man, it's a dream come true. Everyone's looking up to me like, this guy's good. This guy, I was selling everything but the kitchen sink. Even the kitchen sink, I sold it. But I was like, no, this
Somebody was
has
happy.
got to go. I'm selling this. So, but then things changed, and I thought to myself, I don't like the direction of the way the company's going. The entrepreneurial spirit is still there. I always had a side gig. Always had a side gig. Stand-up comedy was my side gig.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was always writing comedy, performing shows, yucks. Went to San Francisco, LA, Vancouver.
So you're doing GE, or at least information technology. Then you jumped into marketing.
Yep.
And then now you're doing comedy.
Yeah. Always had comedy on the side.
Okay.
So what happened was this company I was working for, things started changing, and I thought, you know what? I don't like the direction the company's going. I don't feel comfortable here anymore. I want to do my own thing. So I left.
Wow. So that was that moment.
I want to be a full-time business owner.
So you left a secure position. Mm-hmm. How did you adapt to knowing that now you've quit? Like, how do you tell somebody to go out do exactly what you just did?
Well, let me tell you what it was like for me when I actually left. A lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. I was like, you talked about fear. I was very scared, terrified. But my desire to go off on my own and do my own entrepreneur was bigger than the fear. Entrepreneur full time was bigger than the fear.
Your boss. You wanted to be that boss man.
Wanting to be the boss is bigger than the fear. And I was also very unrealistic. I was not prepared.
Did you have a plan when you walked away from these things?
I had a plan.
You had a plan. Okay.
I thought the plan was good. The plan wasn't good. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was.
Right.
I just left. I had a lot more confidence, and I had a plan and a vision.
Well, they say the confidence works a lot more than sometimes the plan if you know you can get it done.
And I started realizing, oh, that's harder than I thought.
Wow.
Like people are not being very receptive to my idea. People don't want to buy.
So now you're an entrepreneur. Now you're feeling that.
Now I'm feeling what.
Okay. So let's get away from that a moment. So now we figured out you've quit. You've left those 3 high positions. Now you're on your own. So we're gonna jump into the first day. Like first day could be months. What was it like knowing that first day when everything is done, you're not going back to that secure position, you're now an entrepreneur? What was that first day like accepting?
The first day was really I was really just sitting around thinking it all in and planning what the next step was. What am I going to do tomorrow?
Right. And what did that look like? Like now you're planning out, I guess you're trying to figure out who do I go to, who do I call, how are my days laid out in terms of scheduling?
Right. I'm like, I can do whatever I want. Mind you, this business trip was, I got paid nothing.
Right. So you have a very unique journey then.
Although I was fearful, I think what really drove me and made me feel more confident is because I did so well in my career and had a good cash flow, good cash reserve and savings. I was like, you know what? I have money to work with.
Right.
Pay my bills. I can invest. If I'm careful with my money and I'm very strategic, I can be okay. And even though this opportunity in Europe didn't pay very well, for me it was like an opportunity to take a vacation / do some business.
So even jumping into the comedy world, was that terrifying? Because you said you had that quick wit, you're going IT, you know what I mean? Then you're jumping into comedy and then you're going into marketing. So I'm sure somewhere along the line, your comedy helped you sell your marketing.
Everything was connected. It's almost like our body. So yeah, the IT, the sales, the comedy, graphic design, web design, because I have all these different skill sets I've learned over the years. I got education from taking night courses and night classes.
Oh, nice.
Most of my experience is self-taught. From web design to graphic design, marketing, I taught myself all these years.
Oh, amazing.
While I was posting comedy shows, I was like, I can't afford to hire a director and hire a graphic design guy and blah, blah, blah. So I had all these skill sets throughout the years. I'm like, I'm just going to apply the stuff I know to help me produce my shows.
Amazing.
So yeah, stand-up comedy really, it did its thing back in the days, but once I left and I retired from stand-up comedy, it helps me now because the thing about being a comedian, you can't have fear. If
You
you're
can't have no fear. Huh?
no fear, man.
You got to say what it is you want to say.
Sure, you're gonna be nervous and fearful a little bit.
Right.
But once you hit that stage, if
Right.
you're still carrying fear with you, you're done.
Okay.
You got to be able to just own that stage and do your set without the fear that you're feeling before you got up there.
Okay.
So having that with me as a business owner, talking to people, making phone calls, talking to other business owners.
So if you could bottle up that feeling of your first day, or that first week, what was it? Terrifying? What was that whole feeling of that whole week or time that you finally said, I quit? And
I remember going to this party, and I walked in there like feeling nice. Like, look at me. She's like, how's it going, Brian? Oh, things are good, Own my own business. Yeah, feeling good. Yeah. But then actually, reality was I wasn't really making any money at the time.
Right.
Like the cash wasn't flowing. Sales weren't up. I was on a high because I was my own boss. I could do whatever I want.
You could make your own schedule.
I could make my own schedule. But like I said, eventually the reality of sales are very much down caught up to me when I was looking at the numbers like, okay, you know what? I gotta get down off this high and get back to reality.
Right.
I have to have a better plan.
Right.
So eventually, that first week, that's what that first week was like. I was on a high of feeling good of being my own boss, going to networking events, feeling like the man, like I'm on top of the world. But that was all that's just a feeling of being a boss.
Right.
That wasn't about what was really happening. What was really happening was I was not making any money.
Right. So did you have a fear after a while, like noticing, hey, I'm not making no money. It's a couple of weeks. There's usually a check coming in. Now there's no checks coming in. What was that feeling like?
You see my face right now?
Good looking man.
See the fear? I was scared. I was terrified, man. I was really, really terrified. But the fear also helped drive me. And I use that fear as fuel.
Fuel. Nice.
Turn the fear into fuel.
Nice.
To drive me to work harder.
Right.
To come up with a better plan.
Right.
And that's when I really started using social media more strategically. And before, it was just doing posts, chatting to people, blah, blah, blah. It didn't really have a strategy. So, okay, I gotta be more strategic. And then I remember getting my first big sale. There was a gym out in Markham. I launched the gym for them. I did a gym launch. I did a whole plan.
The marketing, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Marketing strategy. Came up with a plan for what was going to happen on the day. I hosted the event. And then through that launch, there's a company called Popeye Supplements, which you may have heard of. They were there and they said, hey, you guys did a really good job launching this gym. Can we hire you to do an event with us or for us?
Wow, nice.
And the funny thing about this story is, before I went and did the launch for this gym, I visualized this happening. I said to myself, I hope when I'm there, there's another company
that will see
what we're doing and wants to do business with us. And that's exactly what happened.
Nice.
I dreamt it. I visualized it.
Right.
And boom, he walked, big jacked up dude, jacked. Me and you together, like just a big dude. I'm like,
that's still pretty small.
Is this guy gonna body slap me? What's going on? Why is he walking up to me like this? We ended up doing business. He said, I like what you guys done. He said, this is what really made me proud of what I've done. He said to me, I've been to a lot of gym launches, opening of new gyms, and I've never seen one quite this exciting, this successful.
So now that we've kind of figured out, your first day, but like doing these works, what were the turning points? Like there had to be some gems and lessons that you had to receive from you jumping into this, changing careers, changing what you do, and now you're into marketing on your own and you're seeing some wins, even though there's some losses, but you're seeing some wins. Take us back, man. Like what was the first lesson you learned from working on your own over that period of time? Take us back.
There's a lot of lessons. The main lesson I could say that stands out, every day is pretty much like a brand new day.
In the Blink of an Eye by Walter Murch. That's the name of that book. Every time you blink, the world changes.
Every day is a new day.
Every time.
I could crush it yesterday in sales. Today, what happened yesterday don't matter. It's a new day now. Because that check I got yesterday, money, you know how it is. Money goes fast.
Oh, especially if you're on the road.
It spends quickly. I got to pay for groceries. I got to pay mortgage, car, put money back into the business. Before you know it, that $10,000 check is vanished.
Gone. Exactly.
So every day is like a brand new day. I have to make sure that, yeah, the wins are great in what I got yesterday, but if I'm sleeping on it and I get too comfortable,
yes,
before you know it, I'm back in the hole again.
So that one moment of reflecting and that turning point, that changed your direction?
Yeah, absolutely. It made me realize that it like, don't stop. Whether you're up or you're down, that strategy of what you do to keep the momentum going, it never stops. You have to keep that going. I mean, realistically, you got to take a break.
Yes.
That's another thing I learned.
Yes.
That's very important.
Okay. So
self-care.
So you've juggled corporate life, you've juggled comedy, you've also juggled working on your own at this moment. So what were some of those like challenges in that kept you going?
Again, like I said to you when we first started, I have had that entrepreneurial spirit since my first corporate gig.
Right.
So I was pretty much teaching myself and preparing myself for today.
Internally and mentally.
Yes, I've been training and preparing myself for this moment.
So how did you do that? Like if I'm sitting here watching you and you're amazing me with that story, so how did you like keep that confidence? How did you, take this one challenge and turn it? What was like the most pivotal moment to make that change?
I think for me, the most pivotal moment, there's a lot of different moments, but one that stands out to me the most, and a lot of people can attest to this, you probably can too. Remember that thing called COVID? Remember that? The pandemic? Okay, when the pandemic hit in 2020, in that moment, I was doing, my business at the time was a event management business, event production company. So I was doing events for different companies, the gym, Popeye Supplements, so it was an event management company. Pandemic hit, and one of the first things that stopped were events. So now I was like, oh, damn, what am I going to do? Right? Like what do I do now? Got me a puppy. And that's when the digital marketing agency was created.
Okay.
And I went from an event management company.
Right.
I was doing a lot of IT related stuff, graphic design, marketing stuff. It was all there, but it wasn't called a marketing agency. It was an event management agency. Company.
Right.
But it was all marketing stuff related.
Yeah.
That just wasn't the idea for the company. That wasn't the concept of the company. But then COVID hit, and I had to change. I was forced to change. And that was the turning point for my career.
So you doing that, like somebody right now is stuck in a job, listening to what you're saying, and they have that fear and they want to get out of that job.
I know where you're going.
What can they do?
Okay.
What can they do to do that?
Okay. This is a good question. I mean, I'm not saying all your questions suck.
But some of them are good.
Got some gems in there. Some gems.
And that's the word I wanted to use, gems. What gems you can give to that individual
sweet gems
who's feeling there,
That one is the $1 million question.
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is I'm going to tell people to not do what I did wrong.
Oh, so you did some things wrong.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Is when I left in 2016, I didn't have a solid plan. I had no real business plan. I didn't. I had a plan in my mind. I was like, this is a good idea. I'm going to do this. Printed some T-shirts, some sweet T-shirts with the business name on it and then a little thing on the back. But I didn't have a real solid strategy. Nothing on paper.
Right.
Just in my head.
Yeah.
It was an idea, concept.
Yeah.
If you're working an insurance company or working at a bank, whatever it is you're doing, if you're like, you know what, I want to take that leap of faith and I want to do my own thing, right? Maybe I want to start a coffee company. Maybe I want to start a clothing company. Maybe I don't know what it is that what your passion, your thing. Don't do what I did. Don't just up and leave. Start planning right away. Start planning now, right away.
Plan.
And the good thing is now we got ChatGPT.
Right. I can help you sort things out.
It can create a whole business plan for you. I want to write a business plan for a coffee company.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Seconds.
You got a business plan.
Seconds.
I didn't have Mofo GPT back then. That's just now.
Right. Cuss.
I had no ChatGPT. I was ChatGPT.
Right.
So
you're still ChatGPT.
Right. So people, if you want to start your own business and you're working and you're stuck in a job that you hate, and you want to do your own thing, start planning. Just start planning.
Right.
Just start planning. It doesn't hurt. You have nothing to lose by planning. It's free.
Right.
The plan is free.
It's free.
You don't have to even hire someone to do your business plan anymore. You can literally start with a plan, and from there it will change and evolve into something real, something that you can make happen.
Right, right. So you're saying right now that quitting a job is not the end. It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning, but you have to have
because you need to have a plan.
You need to have a good plan.
What about support systems? Did you have support systems around you that supported what, because when you're quitting a job, it's a big thing. When you're leaving a paid position, security, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So now you're taking the step back and now you're on your own. Sometimes, without that support, like how did you get through? Like for me, honestly, I never really had that support.
Okay.
I've had people around me like, yo, this is amazing, but they never really was in the support. They just liked the fact that I was busy and that I'm doing certain things, right?
I hear you. Well, from an emotional and financial perspective, my wife is very supportive.
Nice.
But thankfully, like I said, I had money. So it's not like I put everything on her. I didn't have to go to other people. I have to go to other family members and friends.
Right.
I was always a very
self-sufficient
person.
Yes.
Took care of myself, so I didn't have to run to a whole lot of people for help.
And do you always think about those backup plans? Because right now, you think when they say, you're on the bridge, there's no looking back. Burn the bridge after you cross it. You cannot walk back. You just got to go forward. Sometimes I look at that analogy and I think to myself, yo, this is how I am. Not that I never had the support in terms of, the emotional support, the word support. Oh, keep going. You can do this. Oh, keep going. You could do that. But I think there's a missing support that you really need. And it's not a support of give me financial. It's a support of I got you if anything goes down.
But I think for me, I think a lot of people look at me and think, Brian's got his shit together so well, we don't need to help him. Because I carry myself with such confidence,
right,
and such positivity and such great energy,
right,
even in the worst times.
Right. No, that's the way to be. I try to do that maybe 90% of the time. It's really tough to do that.
Yeah.
It's really tough for an entrepreneur to consistently think everything's going to be okay when they know, like in my situation, you and yours as well. You got bills everywhere. I got 2 rents. I'm paying rent here at this office. I'm paying rent at another studio.
You know what?
And on top of it, I got my, mortgages and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But I only have myself to cover it. So sometimes I'm playing that Peter Paul trick.
Oh, for sure.
And that Peter Paul trick is something you need to understand and know how it works because it helps.
I often think to myself sometimes, because I do a lot of thinking, sometimes too much. I think, what if I lost everything? What if all my customers walked away, anyone that supports me walked away? What would I do? Let's start that van life. I'll just sell what I own, get me a nice van,
and go and live,
and start from there and rebuild.
Yes.
I'm never, as long as I have my health and I'm not sick and my brain is functioning properly. For me. I'm never gonna stop. That's my way of thinking.
Nice.
That's how I think.
Right.
As long as I'm healthy and strong, I got my brain is functioning properly. If I have my health, nothing will ever stop me.
Wow.
That's how I think.
So in all of that,
I'm a big self-motivator.
What I'm hearing is
take care of your health. People don't realize how important that is. They don't eat healthy. They smoke. They drink too much. They just don't take care of themselves. Listen, if your body fails you, your mind fails you, you could have the best job in the world, making all this money. It's gone.
It's gone.
'Cause you can't do it anymore.
No.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Because once you have that, your mental health and your physical health, when stuff goes wrong, boom, you can do something about it because you're healthy and strong.
Right. And as they say, you can have 99 problems, but as soon as you get a health problem, that's it. That's your number one problem.
That's your number one problem.
Everything else goes out the door.
So I look after my health It's very important for me. My mental health, my physical health, how I eat, what I do every day, very important. It's part of how I keep myself happy and part of my own support system. Plan for that future that you want for yourself before you quit that job.
Brian, my man, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you came out here, dropped your gems, told your truth, you know, and it's really a good inspiration to know, like, you have all these unique skills and talent, but yet you put it together to create something for yourself.
And I really appreciate what you're doing, and I knew about your skill sets and what you've been doing, you know, before I got here. Then you're showing up and sitting here and listening to you, learning from you about what I've been doing, it made me more inspired.
Oh, wow.
I'm inspired by you.
Thank you, brother.
Like anytime I see someone doing something very progressive and very ambitious and putting something back into the world, that's good.
It's ambitious. It's ambitious. Some of my major plans that I have is really ambitious.
Ambition is good.
Even one of my AI assistants would say, this is a very ambitious plan.
AI, they're such liars. They're such liars.
I was like, we like this plan. It's very ambitious.
They always like the plan AI. No, I know you inspired me, man. I'm inspired by what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's a nice setup, man. That's a nice camera.
And I really appreciate you coming on here, man. Slowly plus one. I quit my job no, I never quit my job. But this is I Quit My Job podcast, the most amazing show. Like, subscribe, and check us out on YouTube. It's only going to get bigger, and I appreciate you watching what we do. And thank you again, Brian, for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Yes.